Hey guys, I'm trying something new here. I've been wanting to do some form of podcast for a while now, so I'm gonna be doing this. And I thought, what better way to start off the podcast series, as it should be, is with basically more of a little bit more of an in-depth introduction to who I am. Now, of course, obviously, my YouTube name is MinusInferno, but my real name is obviously not that. So it is James, so I would put it up on here. So James, not Christian name, very boring, not very exciting whatsoever in the slightest. And of course I'm from the United Kingdom, more specifically England and the southwest around Cheltenham and just underneath Birmingham basically, and just north of Bristol. So there you go, there's my rough coordinates. But where did the name of MinusInferno come from? Well, back in the day, about 10 years or so ago, I was in a heavy metal band around the local area. We had some minor success. We got signed to a Birmingham record label. We played a lot of gigs and supported some really awesome people, including a lot of a couple of really popular bands, which was really awesome. Met a lot of amazing people and played a lot of great gigs. And my main thing is guitarist, obviously from the guitar in the background there. Also, I want to point out that the Sailor Moon placard thing on the wall and the Bulbasaur one, it's from my fiance's. That's not mine. Although there's nothing wrong with Pokemon and Sailor Moon, I just wanted to get that out there. All this Warhammer though, the Warhammer paints, that's definitely mine. And I just realised that the water's still icky. I was finishing off one of my kill teams, so sorry about that. I'll make sure I get some fresh water in there for next time. But I will, as I am talking to you, I will put up pictures alongside more sort of over here really of what I looked like in said band. But MinusInferno was the band's name. It was named that. The drummer came up with the name. I don't know where he got it from, but it sounded really cool and we just went for it. We had 2 8-track albums, and on the first album I played lead guitar and did vocals, but then on the second album there was a bit of a shake around behind the scenes, so I left the band. My brother left the band, who was the other guitarist, and with the drummer left as well. And then we had new drummer, new guitarist, but we also got in a new bassist. Basically, I became the only original member of said band, and I stepped down from singing and just basically stuck with the guitar, which is pretty much what I've done since. But at around about 2018-ish time, I left. I retired as it was, because although being signed to a record label and playing loads of gigs is what a lot of bands, especially younger guys, crave, sometimes it's just not what it turns out to be, and you're never really, realistically, for the mass majority of people that are in metal bands, you're not going to make a whole lot of money doing what you're doing. So I was spending more money than I was making, and I had a young daughter then. She was about 4. She's now nearly 11, but she's 4, and she was 4 at the time, and my son was just conceived. So I had another child on the way, and I couldn't keep spending the money on that. And here we are. So I decided to drop that, and then during 2020, the whole COVID thing, which was also when I started my YouTube channel, friends encouraged me to start up a YouTube channel because I'm a very avid hardcore gamer. I'm not someone that strives to be the best at every single game I play. I'm just someone who loves and enjoys video games. Some of them are popular, some of them are not, of course. There's the gaming landscape is very, very spicy, as we all know. And recently I've been playing The Last of Us Part 2 on the PC. The PC port's really good. I just had a video go up about it. And I'm also playing through God of War Ragnarok and having a great time with that as well. But things on the gaming side has taken a bit of a back burner, because although I obviously do video games and I make video game related videos, I am also now, as I joined a band at the beginning of last year, and we are called Ashes by Dawn. I will link all the socials and stuff down below. And we had our first gig a couple of nights ago, and it went incredibly well, and we met a lot of really amazing people. The reception was great, the place was packed, and people responded very well. And we do have a single coming out very, very soon, and a snippet of that single will be played at the end of this video and at the end of my other podcast videos. But we've pretty much got enough songs for an EP, full album and whatnot, about 7-8 tracks, and we will get that out soon. I once again play guitar in that one. I'm playing EVH guitars at the moment, and I have a 5150 80 watt head in ivory, it just sounds phenomenal. And I will go more in depth into kit and stuff at another time. I think I'm going to start a separate channel just for my podcast, so they'll be uploaded onto my main channel, but also onto the podcast channel as well, just so that I don't know if it's going to do anything to the algorithm or not. I have no idea, but I'm just throwing things out there. I'm not looking to make YouTube a job at all. This is a hobby for me, so I just enjoy talking about nerdy stuff and video games and music, and that's just what I intend on doing. But yeah, basically, apart from that and the most recent discussions out there about Nintendo's pricing, that's pretty much it. That is me in a nutshell. I don't want to go make my videos too long. Like I said, I'm just new to this podcast game, but that's basically a small insight into what I do. Obviously, besides the obvious of Warhammer and video games and music and such, I'm an avid reader. I do a lot of reading. I love Brandon Sanderson's works. I'm currently just finishing the third story in his Mistborn, but the original Mistborn trilogy. I do have the other 4 books for the Wax and Wayne series to read through as well, which is pretty cool. I've read all but the 5th book in the Stormlight Archives. The Stormlight Archives is my favorite ones, Words of Radiance being my favorite book within that. Words of Radiance was a fantastic sequel, and if you have not checked that out, I highly recommend that you do. It's really cool. And yeah, I'm just a nerd through and through. I mean, obviously, if you are interested, I highly doubt it, but if you are and you want to know more, put suggestions in the comments down below if you'd like to hear me talk about anything in particular, anything specific. But thank you very much for watching this introductory podcast episode, and hopefully I shall catch you on the next one. And like I said, I will link in the description box, and I might put a comment in as well, basically linking to the band that I'm in, Ashes by Dawn, our socials. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again. One more time.